All right, we are live. So good evening if you're out there watching. As always, This Week Unloaded, Sunday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern, or roundabouts. And I am your host, Rich White. And let's see, it says we got one person on Rumble. Nobody else watching anywhere else. Pack Rat's out there on the YouTube side. But the counter's not showing up. Now it's showing there's one person. Okay. So, evening, Pack Rat. And don't know who's out there on the Rumble side. I got a feeling that it counts the host, I guess. I don't know. Because it always says there's one person watching on Rumble, but nobody on Rumble ever says anything. So if you are out there on Rumble and you're watching, say something so we know you're out there. All right. Packrat says that they did get notifications, so cool. Yeah. So let's see, what do we have to talk about this week? Well, we could do a little kitty cat update, I suppose. This little girl right here. Let me turn my camera on. This little girl. Is my camera on? Why isn't my camera on? There we go. Let me adjust this. Holy cow. This little girl is doing much better. Much better. She's nowhere near as wheezy as she was. Had the vaporizer going in here a little bit earlier. Seems like it's helped clear her all out. So, yeah. She's just a little cutie. She's gonna be a little kitty. She's not gonna get much bigger. No, she's not gonna get to be a full size kitty. She's gonna be a small kitty. And she's got that runt mentality too. You got to give her a treat or something, and she just grabs. My wife Amy went to give her a cat treat yesterday, and she got her thumb and drew blood. Like I told her, you got to watch with her. She's got that runt mentality. If you're going to give her something, don't try and pinch it and hand it to her. You're going to have to sit it on the palm of your hand because she will just grab, and she will grab quick. She got me before. I went to give her a little piece of chicken the one day, and she got me on my finger and drew blood. She got sharp little teeth, and she will use them. All right. So anyway, that's the little kitty update. But I don't know if you can hear or not. She's not making the loud noises like she was the other night, especially during barbecues chat where she was just snoring her little head off. But her breathing has gotten better. So there's the weekly kitten update on this little thing. Yeah, she's a lucky little kitty. She's lucky the dog found her, because who knows what would have happened to her if the dog hadn't found her. Because yeah, that's, I don't know how many of you remember or not, but that's how we ended up with her. The dog went outside and found her outside. No sign of a mother or siblings anywhere. She was out there all by herself, because we looked around the yard because the dog pulled her out from over beside the porch area, and we went and looked, and there was nothing there. So don't know how she got there, but and she was just a little itty bitty baby. She couldn't have been maybe a week, two, maybe 3 weeks old at the time when the dog found her. So we had to get a thing of kitten formula and give that to her and stuff. But yeah, she seems like she's going to be okay. She seems like she's going to be okay. And whatever it was that's been affecting her breathing seems to be clearing up finally. So that's a that's a good thing, right? But yeah, she likes and well, she loves to be held and to be around somebody. And if she can't be around one of us, she curls up with the other cats and goes to sleep. And they've accepted her, so yeah. She's really soft too. Her fur seems like it's getting a little bit longer. She might end up being bordering on being a long hair the way she's going. How fluffy she's getting. So anyway, what else we got going on? Honestly, I don't know. I haven't been paying attention to the news the last couple of days, so I have no idea what's going on. I did see where GOA is complaining something about the DOJ is defending the Hughes Amendment, or not the Hughes Amendment, the NFA. Well, that's their job. Now, how well they defend it, it's going to be another story. But yeah, I'm not the least bit surprised that the DOJ would be defending the that. I mean, yeah, that's what they get paid for. One of their jobs is to defend the law. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, especially in light of the letter that was sent to them by the Republicans in the House about how they are expected to treat it when it goes to court. So we'll see. We'll see. So see. Speaking of see, is there anybody else out there in the chats as yet? It says there's 2 people on the YouTube side now, but Packard didn't want to say anything, and he hasn't said anything for a couple of minutes. So, yeah, Vanessa Kitty's out there. So evening, Vanessa. Yeah, Packer said he just got home from having dinner with his wife's son. Had an awesome chicken fried steak. That's good. Don't let New York Outcast make a chicken fried steak for you though. Just if you ever meet Rob and he offers to make you a chicken fried steak, run. Just run. Don't let him do that. He does not know how to make a chicken fried steak. And the worst part is he wasn't even having to cook it from scratch because he had frozen ones. It didn't go well. Let's see. So, I'm looking to see if there's anything in the headlines that's worth looking at. Because I really don't have anything if I'm the only one here. I was hoping to have a panel because I do have a bracket to do tonight. And it's a 32 selection bracket. So if I ever get a panel in here, and links are out, so we'll see what happens. And it's got to be more than a 1-person bracket. 2 people doing a bracket doesn't work very well. So what are we doing here? Not really a lot of good headlines either. I mean, Pope calls on kidnappers in Nigeria to free 265 Catholic students, teachers after pupils escape. Some pupils escape. "50 of the 303 school children abducted from a Catholic school in north central Nigeria's Niger State have escaped captivity and are now with their families," the school authority said Sunday as the Pope called for immediate release of those still missing. I'm looking to see if they have the key word in all of this. Wow. Holy cow. Not a word. And in case you're wondering what I'm looking for, I'm looking if they mention the fact that they're Islamic terrorists that kidnap these kids. And no, it just says gunmen. It does not anywhere. Except, oh, here we go. Second to last paragraph. Attacks in Nigeria affect both Christians and Muslims. That's funny because it's Muslims that are doing it. Oh, stay away from Islam. It's evil. Going back to the chicken fried steak, Pack Rat said it was the first one he's had in Texas. And Vanessa said there's a place in, is that supposed to be Arlington? Arlington? I don't know. Anyway, she said they made an absolutely delicious chicken fried steak or chicken fried chicken. Chicken fried chicken's good. I like chicken fried chicken, which is kind of redundant name if you think about it. Chicken fried chicken. Well, wouldn't that just be fried chicken? I know you're cooking the chicken like you would a chicken fried steak, but you know, this sounds, logically speaking, it just sounds redundant. Yes, not all Muslims get along. The problem is the ones in Nigeria are all the same sect. So I mean, you don't have Shias and Sunnis and Sufis and Salafis and all that. They're all, I forget what sect it is, but they're all one sect. They all belong to one group. So it's the Boko Haram, not to be confused with Procol Harum, which was a late '60s classic rock band. No, Boko Haram, Islamic terror group who's taking over Nigeria piece by piece by piece. Basically, their allies have already taken over most of Nigeria's government, if not all. So, yeah, it's a sad state of affairs over there. But yeah, I'm well aware all Muslims don't get along. That started right after Muhammad died. Booker T and the MGs, or Booker T the wrestler. I don't know, but yeah, right after Muhammad died, his followers couldn't get along and led to what they called the apostate wars, where you had, that's basically where the sects started to break up. Because you had one group saying Muhammad said this, another group saying Muhammad said this, another group saying that Muhammad said this, and the Quran said this, and the other one said the Quran said this, and they all started fighting each other, considering each other to be apostates. Hence the apostate wars. But yeah, that happened immediately after Muhammad died, within a year, 2 years, something like that. So yeah, tribal warfare. Yeah, I mean, tribal warfare has been going on in Africa since Africa had people on it. Let's be perfectly honest. If you look, Africa is one of the most war torn is the most war torn continent in history. There's always some tribe attacking somebody somewhere on that continent. It's what led to the European slave trade, because they would go and fight each other and they would take each other prisoner, and then they would sell the prisoners to whoever wanted them. And a lot of people don't know this, but it still goes on to a little to a limited extent, because you have Muslim countries where they're going and buying the slaves and trading in the slaves. But nobody wants to talk about that. But yeah, slavery is still alive and well in Muslim countries, and so is the African slave trade. It's been eliminated from the Western world, but you get into the Muslim world and it's still a thing. Other than criminal elements in the Western world anyway, they're sex trading, sex slavery, and all that nonsense, that kind of stuff, sex trafficking that still goes on, but is highly illegal in the Western world, not in the Muslim world. They'll tell you one thing, but if you actually look at it and look at the statistics and everything, it still goes on. It still goes on. And yeah, a lot of it is because of the tribal warfare. Yeah, the white man gets blamed for the slave trade that the Africans started. They were doing it before white settlers ever set foot on Africa, or white explorers, I should say. They would trade slaves amongst themselves. You know, two tribes that were allied with each other would attack, and they would take slaves and they would captives and make them slaves. And if the other tribe wanted one of them, they would come up with a trade value and trade them to the other tribe. But if you say any of this, they call you a racist and that say that that's a lie. No, that's called history. It's what happened. If they want to talk about whites taking slaves or Europeans taking slaves, Europeans were enslaving other Europeans before they even knew the black folk were down there to be sold by the other tribesmen, by their enemies. So just want to point that out. Heck, about the time that the European African slave trade would have been established, you had the Spaniards would attack British shipping and take the crews as slaves and put them on the oars of their galleys, because while everybody else was going to sailing ships, the Spaniards were still using oars. So, Rob asking if I'm on the bird tonight. Huh? You mean the duck? No, I can't afford to do StreamYard, man. I ain't got the money for that. Yeah. If I do the duck, I can't multi-stream. And like I said, because I'd have to use the free one. And then I can't do X with it, which I get people watching on X, and I won't be able to do Rumble, and I'd get people during the course of the week that watch on Rumble. So I'd be stuck with only YouTube. And honestly, lately I've been getting more people watching on X and Rumble than I do YouTube. I love to go back to using StreamYard. I can't afford to, because I'd have to have the paid version, and I can't afford it. Especially with the flooding that we had in May that did all the damage it did, and we're still having to pay all that shit off. How much is StreamYard? Well, it depends on if you pay yearly or monthly. If you pay yearly, it's 400 some dollars, I think. If you pay monthly, it's $45 a month. I can't afford $45 a month for StreamYard if I were to pay monthly, and I don't have the means to do a 400 and some dollar payment at the upfront right now. If it wouldn't have been for the flood in the basement and flooding and all this stuff having to be fixed, because we had to replace the hot water heater, had to replace the washer and dryer. Luckily, we didn't have to replace the furnace. We did have to replace a part on the furnace, but not the furnace in and of itself. Then what else? Oh, we just had to have the electric redone because the dampness in the basement damaged some of the wiring. So we had to. So let's see, the washer and dryer to replace them was about $2,000. The water heater was 600 and some dollars. It would have been more if I didn't put that in myself. And then the wiring job that we just had done in the basement, that was $2,600 there. So, and that doesn't include all the other stuff that had to be replaced, just the big major parts. The furnace was that part for the furnace was 150, I think. So yeah, we've had to shell out a lot of money to get. No, we were told we were told we didn't need flood insurance because we weren't on the floodplain. So we got screwed. It turns out that the state of West Virginia has us in the borderline floodplain area now. Well, FEMA still doesn't, which is it's the FEMA one that matters because they're the ones that sell the damn flood insurance. And if you're not in the floodplain, they don't want to sell it to you. So, nope, we have to pay out of pocket for all that stuff to be taken care of. And there's still stuff that we haven't replaced yet. Like we don't have a Christmas tree right now because our tree got ruined and don't have the money to buy one because of all the other shit that had to be fixed. So I don't know what we're gonna do for a Christmas tree this year. I know. I'm ranting and raving, but it's the truth. It's where we're at right now. It says there's 2 watching over on Rumble now. So if you're over on Rumble, good evening. Uh, Still says we got 1 watching over on X. Let me go over and look at X and see if anybody's saying anything. Let me see. Got to go there. Into there. And nope, nobody's saying anything over on X right now. Get back over here. Get the army of cats to chip in. Yeah. Cats don't have a lot of money, Rob, sadly. And Packrat said they're getting a live tree. Can't. My daughter's asthma issues. She can't be around live trees. Last time she was near a live tree indoors or a real tree was at my mother-in-law's when she was real little, and she had an asthma attack from the tree scent. And took her to the doctor the next day, and the doctor was like, "Yeah, you're not gonna be able to have a real tree around her." So it'll be cheaper than an artificial to do it 1 year, but can't take a chance with her and her asthma because she still has issues. So real trees are out. Well, last year we had a real tree out front on the front porch, but it ended up dying. Was it last year or the year before? It was the year before because we got the. It was when we had that really hot summer last year, not this year, but last year. It ended up dying because just couldn't keep it to where it kept enough moisture. We watered it as much as we could and whatnot, but just wasn't meant to be for that poor little tree. Yeah, last winter we didn't get one of those. Oh, you're going to put an actual live tree that, uh, I mean, not just a real tree, but one that's actually alive, so you can take it with you. One of those little ones that comes in a pot kind of trees. You say, well, we're not going to be in this place next year, so we want to take it with us. Yeah. Something about evergreen and her asthma, it sets her off. She can be around other kind of trees, no problem. But yeah, he said, yeah. So yeah, that's probably what we had out on the porch. Was one of those because that's what we had, one of the little ones that's in the pot with the dirt and everything. You got to water it and whatnot. But yeah, the poor little thing didn't survive the summer of that year. Which there were a lot of plants that people had that didn't survive that year. Played havoc with her garden too that summer last year. Again, not this year, but last year. Didn't think she was going to get anything out of the garden last year. He says they're in a small place now. I want to get a better place. Understandable. Understandable. Says we got 3 watching over on X now, 4 on the YouTubes. Still nobody saying anything over on X. So did get a like on the show over there on X, so that's good. Yeah, Rob says he acquired an artificial tree years ago from work, so they just use that now. When he had little kids, he'd always take them out to cut one and go sledding. Yeah, yeah, we had a nice artificial tree. Had the pine cones and everything. It was lit. You know, you plug it in and it would light up without having to have the string lights put around it and whatnot. But yeah, that was one of the things that got ruined in the flood. Opened up that tree bag and all you smelled was, you know, let's just say it stunk really, really bad. So it just got pitched in a dumpster. And Rob said it was always a good time. Yeah. You have hot chocolate afterwards. That was a thing when I was a kid. We'd go sled riding and afterwards have hot chocolate and cookies. Sledding or ice skating? Sometimes both go sledding and then hit the ice rink after, or hit the ice rink and then go sled riding after. Like, Rob says, "Yep, usually bring it with them." Yeah, get a couple thermos fulls. Yep, yep. Thermos fulls of hot chocolate, Tupperware bowls full of cookies. Yep. My mother would put the big marshmallows in too, the full size ones, not those little dinky baby ones. Pack Rat says he can't do the cold anymore. Man, I've never liked the cold, to be honest with you. Cold always bothered my lungs. When I played football in high school, I'd have, once you got into like late October into November months, I'd be one of the guys over on the sideline with the oxygen mask for a little bit, trying to get my breath after being out there, because the cold just plays havoc with my lungs. Always has. Rob says still go sledding sometimes. I haven't been on a sled in I don't know how long. Denny's Plant Based Journey up there on the YouTube side. Evening, sir. All right. So what else we got going on here? Yeah, Rob says the cold sucks, but some days are better than others. Yeah. Oh, there's days I can go outside and you know, my body doesn't feel the cold as much, but as soon as I take in a breath of that cold air, my lungs start bugging me. My chest starts hurting. But my body, I can take the cold as far as my body itself is concerned. It's my lungs that they've never been receptive to cold weather. Pack Rat says he can't do heat either. Aren't you the guy that just moved to South Texas? So, uh, if you're trying to get away from heat, that might not be the best place to do that. You'd been better off going to northern Arizona, up near Flagstaff. Danny says last time he went sledding, it was on the hood of an old pickup, being drugged by a rope, and another truck on an alfalfa field, being slung around. A lot of fun, but dangerous for sure. Farm fun. And Rob says sledding can still be fun as an adult. Now you can buy a nice one and take it easy. Yeah, South Texas, from South Arizona to South Texas. Yeah, hey, you're the guy complaining about not being able to do heat. If you moved here, you could have heat in the summer and cold in the winter and split the difference. Denny says San Antonio in the summer is hot and humid. It can be brutal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. He goes from one kind of heat to another. Denny. Now, would you rather have a dry heat or a humid heat? Hmm. I'm not a fan of humidity. Nothing I hate worse than going outside and start sweating so bad because of humidity. You look like you just stepped out of the shower. Which is why when my wife said she wanted to move to the Houston area someday, I told her, "You go to hell." There ain't no way in hell I'm doing that. Well, if Arizona makes you thirsty, Rob, just grab an Arizona tea and drink that. Packrat said he has to leave Tucson because of all his demons. Uh-oh. That don't sound good. Denny says where he lives, it is dry heat, but is mega hot. It will bake you like shoe leather because your sweat evaporates. You can also get heat stroke for very easy. Got to stay hydrated. Oh, I've had heat stroke. I had heat stroke when I worked at Greyhound in Pittsburgh. The one summer with humidity, it got to be 105, 110, and on the platform itself, where the buses pulled in and whatnot, we had a thermometer. It was 125 in the shade. Yeah, heat stroke's no fun. Packrat said, "You couldn't pay me enough to live on the coast." He was a medic for 30 years. Rob said, "It's almost anything you can get for $1 anymore." I'm assuming he's talking about the Arizona tea. And then he says, "Yep, all that concrete doesn't help." Nope, and the diesel exhaust and everything just amplified that even more. The good thing was when I was working at Greyhound, they would give drink vouchers to us so we could go up to the snack bar and we could get like Gatorade and stuff to drink to try and keep us hydrated. Rob says where he lives, even the snowmen get cold in the winter. Oh, it can get cold here. I mean, we're not even into December yet, and it was in the 20s the other night. So, yeah, it gets cold here too. There's a place around here called Kaiser's Ridge. It's up in Maryland, maybe 45 minutes away from here. That place has its own damn climate. Let me tell you, if it's raining here or in Cumberland, Maryland, or Morgantown, West Virginia, it'll be snowing like crazy there. And Denny says Arizona tea is still 99 cents. Doesn't know how they can keep it that low when everybody else is charging $4 to $6 at convenience stores. He says he likes the strawberry. Have you ever tried the raspberry Arnold Palmer that they have? That's pretty darn good. I get that when we go to Sheets, which is like a little convenience store thing. They have it on fountain there. You get a big cup of it for like $1.25, bigger than the cans of Arizona even. Yeah, but the raspberry uh, Arnold Palmer is my go-to for Arizona's teas. Man, that stuff is good. Rob says, yeah, it's still the best deal going in his opinion. Yeah. Yep. Even the big jugs of it aren't that much. Like what is it? 3/4 of a gallon, I think their jug is. Rob says probably better not knowing so he doesn't end up not liking it in response to Denny how they keep the prices down. But yeah, I mean, even their bigger jug of it's not all that expensive. It's cheaper than some of the other stuff. So yeah, Arizona. Rob says he can't afford not to like it. Packrat said Arizona iced tea is made in New York. You mean it's like one of them there salsas that isn't paste? Made in New York City. You guys remember those old commercials? New York City. Uh, Denny says it gets down to about 20 degrees here for a couple weeks a year, and it about kills them. Couldn't handle the northern cold. The thing is, the wind often blows 20 miles per hour. Wind chill's bad. Oh, we get that here too. I mean, you'll get to where it's 20 degrees out and the wind chill will be in the single digits. Yeah. Wind chill is terrible. It's like the other day, it was in the upper 40s. It didn't feel that bad. And then the wind started blowing. And it was like, ooh, cold. It went right through you. You know, I saw on my phone that it was like 49 degrees, so I only wore my light jacket out, and then wind started blowing. Rob says, "Don't tell me anymore." Says it's made in New York. Already a red flag. Yep. Man, crazy, crazy, crazy. Man, where the heck are my panelists at tonight? Jeepers, jeepers creepers. Well, one of them doesn't want to have to download an app. He's out in the YouTube chat right now, so maybe if I shame him enough, he'll download the app. I don't know. Shame, Rob. Shame. Yeah. Packrat says the plastic jugs that the tea comes in, that Arizona tea comes in, Rock uses them for lots of things. Yeah. My mother in law rinses them out and fills them with tap water and stores them in her freezer in case power goes out because they are on a well. So if power goes out, they lose water. So she has a bunch of those in her freezer, frozen solid, that they can thaw out and have drinking water. Ron Tway Matters is out there. Howdy, y'all. He says. Rob says, damn, candy bars are like 250 in his area. Yeah. Our local supermarket will have them on sale. If you catch them every so often, you can actually get them for $1 a piece, which because it'll be like a 5 for $5 sales on them. So, but keep in mind, these are candy bars that not all that long ago would have been 50 cents a piece. And when I was a kid, would have been a quarter a piece. So, God, I sound like my mother and grandparents now. Yeah, Danny says he doesn't know where you can find that much for that price today. Even McDonald's $1 menu starts at 250. Have you seen the commercials where McDonald's is like, we're bringing back super value meals again? Like, yay. What's going to be like $5, $7? It's funny, you got restaurants like Chili's and Applebee's now putting commercials competing with McDonald's. It's like I was watching the Steeler game earlier, and there was a dang what was it? Chili's, I think it was, commercial where they were going at McDonald's about how why go to a fast food restaurant and get their quarter pound burger when you can come get ours for the same price and it's fresh cooked. Then he's like, yeah, that always blows his mind. They will sell one for $5, but you can buy three for $5 when they're on sale. Yeah. The 69-cent cheeseburger is long gone. Yep. Yeah. Packrat says he hasn't seen a dollar menu in a while. Yeah. We need some of them Joe Biden. I did that stickers to put on the freaking menus at these fast food places. Just like you do the gas pumps and everything else, for God's sake. But the only thing that's extremely overpriced right now that you couldn't put one of those on would probably be computer RAM. Packrat says he won't go to a McDonald's there because they're all posted no guns. Well, didn't Texas do away with that law? Where so basically those signs hold no weight of law there anymore. They had the what 30-06 and 30-07 laws. I believe they repealed those. So even if they have the sign up, it doesn't in Texas. It shouldn't carry any weight of law. They can put those signs up here all they want. It doesn't carry weight of law here in West Virginia. Like I was talking with the one loan officer who works at the uh, credit union we belong to. Yeah, we got into a discussion about that kind of stuff, and like I told her, you know that no gun sign y'all have on your front door? She's like, yeah. It's like that carries no weight of law whatsoever. She's like, what? But yeah, you need under West Virginia law that does not carry any weight. It doesn't mean anything. The only thing you can do is ask somebody to leave. You can't have them arrested for it. So, yeah, they can ask you to leave, pack rat, but they can't just call the cops and have you arrested like they could under the 30-06 and 30-07 laws. Then he says the only place where the law is still in force is at places which sell hard liquor in bulk package or bars with 51% of their sales in alcohol. See, we can carry in bars here. You just can't be partaking of alcoholic beverages. Like if I wanted to go to a local bar while carrying and all I was drinking would be like Pepsi or Coke or something like that, I'd be perfectly legal. Yeah. So I'm saying all they can do is ask you to leave. And then if you don't leave, then they can call for trespassing. But as far as just you having a gun, they can't call the cops on you for that. Rob says he tries to avoid all fast food. It's all overpriced junk. Most isn't even good, and don't get me started on the service or lack of service. And Packrat said it's the principle. And then he says I still carry. Yeah, so do I. I may have forgotten once or twice that I had my firearm on me when in Maryland and walked into a store in Maryland with it. So, I mean, it happens. But my wife worked with some of the cops in this area, in this section of Maryland. They're not going to do anything if you do anyway. Then he says their local mall put up signs saying no guns. Business dropped dramatically, so they changed it to no open carry. Rob says normally not fast, not good, not worth the money. No point in paying for disappointment. Then he says, same here. The cops are on our side. Yeah, it's like Western Maryland, right? Which is right across the border from where we live. I mean, we're less than 5 minute car ride from the Maryland West Virginia border. So, and it's like half hour, 45 minutes from here to Pennsylvania, right? So there's times if we're going to the PA and have to cross Maryland, I'll just keep my gun on me in the car and cross Maryland, and then if I gotta get out of the car in Maryland, I'll take it off and then lock it up in the car. But sometimes there may or may not have been one or two times that I forgot when we stopped to get something to drink or something. Packrat says, but the only place he won't carry is the VA or on base. You know, you can get a permit to carry on military bases. You got to go to the visitor center, and you can apply for a federal permit that will allow you to carry on base. A lot of people don't know that. It doesn't apply for the VA though. The bad part is you can't carry on base until you have that permit. So even if you can't, we were going to stop at Carlisle Barracks between here and Harrisburg last year when we went to the Great American Outdoor Show, but I had my sidearm on me, so I couldn't. Because even carrying it, because you can't even have it in your car on a military base. Yeah. No, I'm not saying it's going to be easy to get that permit, but you can get one. It's just I'm not sure what all, because I haven't done it myself, but you can apply for a permit for on base. Check the website for your local base. It should have information for it. Then he says hospitals don't allow carry, but he has the 360 in his pocket, or 380 in his pocket rather. Packer said he has to go on base to renew his base card. Your VA card should count for that, unless you have retired ID. As to go on base, all I have to do is use my VA card. Rob says, God forbid professionals could carry a tool on base without authorization. Yeah, right. Barbecue's out there says, "What is this?" I don't know. We're just talking. There hasn't really been a topic. Packrat said that would be Lackland Air Force Base, your closest one. Denny's plant-based journey says he can't carry at work or in oil field locations. The fear is that the equipment could set off the ammo, which isn't going to happen. No kidding. He can lock it in a box in his truck at the office, not in the field. And Packrat said Air Force Base makes you get a different card. Huh. Your VA ID is supposed to count at all bases. So I don't know. You might want to look into that too. But you never know. Air Force is going to be the Air Force. Yeah. Rob says he always thought it was stupid PC crap. Right? The guys that you want to have guns to fight the wars for the country aren't allowed to carry guns on base. Yeah, it makes no sense. Never did. And he says, yeah, the damn PX sells guns. Yeah, they do. You can go on the exchange.com and they sell guns on their website. It's like, Jesus. Oh, not exchange.com. What is it? Shopmyexchange.com. That's the Army and Air Force Exchange, and they sell guns right there on their website. Yeah. Denny says, if you served, you ought to be able to carry on base. What makes that even worse, Denny, I get my West Virginia concealed carry permit for free with no classroom time required because I'm a veteran. I don't get the same consideration from the military. And Rob says none of it makes sense. No, it doesn't. Yeah, Packrat says his VA card works at Army bases. Yeah, I know it works at Army bases. That's why I use mine to go to Carlisle Barracks. Sometimes we'll hit like when we're going to Harrisburg, we'll hit the exchange there or the commissary. Then he says he thinks that is true in Texas too. Yeah. Here's the crazy part. It's true in Maryland, at least for the training requirement. If you're a veteran in Maryland, you don't have to do all their training nonsense, which shocked the hell out of me when I saw that. I don't know. I don't remember if there's a fee for their permit for a veteran or not, but I have to get fingerprinted for Maryland for their permits. And Maryland does it on their website, says they issue out of state. So I haven't tried doing it yet, but I am tempted to. Yeah, Packrat says even active duty can't carry on base. Yeah, I know. That's what we're talking about. It's absolutely retarded, man. It absolutely is. There's no other word to describe it. It is retarded. Especially if you look back in 2009 at that damn terrorist attack that asshole psychiatrist pulled down at Hood. There was nobody in that building that was armed to stop that guy. And we're talking about a goddamn military base. There's no way in hell that type of shooting should be an issue at a military base. How illogical is it for a military base to be a soft target? Yeah, even the off-duty military police can't carry. You're 100% right, Packrat. It makes no sense, like Rob said. None. By not allowing people on base to carry, you're making them easy targets. You make the base a gun-free zone unless you're on duty and whatever your job on duty is requires you to have a firearm. Denny says he knows he's showing his age, but we had guns and knives at school when he was a kid. We left the keys in our vehicles. The house was unlocked. The world has changed completely. Oh yeah, we had rifles in the junior RTC room, working firing rifles, 22s and 30-06. 22s for the marksmanship team, and the 30-06s were just our rifle, the M1903. Sorry, 1903. Yeah. Those were our parade rifles and the drill team rifles, and they all had working firing pins in them. Of course, you weren't going to shoot anything out of the drill team rifle because their barrels were plugged with lead all the way down the barrel to better balance the rifle. Prop says, can you imagine the chaos at the armory when everyone is trying to sign out a weapon during an emergency? Yeah. Packrat said his wife was military police. Then he said he carried a knife and a pair of pliers on his belt and Levi Garrett or Copenhagen in his back pocket. So you're one of those guys walking around looking like you had a hockey puck in your pocket. Packer says, look at Pearl Harbor. Mm-hmm. Yeah. If I ever get a panel in here, I mean, World War II is World War II movies. Not necessarily war movies, but movies that center around World War II is the bracket. If I ever get a panel. But yeah. And one of the movies on the bracket is From Here to Eternity. If you've never seen that movie, great look at the chaos that happened when Pearl Harbor was attacked. At the end of that movie, it's I don't know how many of you have seen it, but it's basically about the days right before the attack on Pearl Harbor, and it culminates in the attack on Pearl Harbor and the aftermath. It's a good movie. It's an old movie. Came out in the 50s, I think. Tried a couple weeks ago, but no luck. Tried what a couple weeks ago? I missed something. Did I miss something? Denny said it's been a while, but it's a great movie. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Rob said the news is saying something about a botulism outbreak in baby formula. Might want to look into that if you know anyone using it. Don't know anybody using baby formula currently. So, Packer, I said he's seen it many times. Yeah, it's a really good movie. It's got a really good cast too. Burt Lancaster, Montgomery Clift, Frank Sinatra, Donna Reed. Oh, you said getting on the panel. Yeah. Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to why it won't let people on mobile on sometimes, and other times it will. Like I said, it's still a beta program, so that could be why. I don't know. The only thing I can think of is it's in beta still. Hell, They Were Expendable is one of my favorite movies of all time. Pack Rat. I love that movie. Rob Rob says he'd be on if it was on the duck. Yeah. Uh huh. We got somebody jumping on. Oh, DM Foss is here.
The Expendables was okay.
Oh, come on, that's a good movie. Not the Expendables. They Were Expendable. The
Oh,
old, the old black and white John Wayne movie.
yeah, I'll give you that.
One about the PT boats. I have a book somewhere around here. I had to read it when I was in college. I still have it. About a guy who got the Philippines right as World War II was breaking out, and he was on PT boats and his experiences in the war and stuff. It's a good read. I just can't remember what the hell the name of it is right now. It was his autobiography. Some really serious parts, and then there's some funny stuff that happens in it too. I'll be damned if I remember what the hell the name of it was, but it would make a good movie.
Profiles in Courage.
No, no, that wasn't it.
No, that was Kennedy's book.
Oh, yeah. Packrat says he likes all those old movies. Rob saying he would have given out free cars like Oprah. For what? I miss them.
So the audience members could be shocked when they have to pay tax.
Mm-hmm. Well, it depends on the value of the car.
Well,
I mean,
that
what?
happened.
Yeah,
Which you get a car and you get a car, and then a
yeah.
lot of the audience members didn't realize they had to pay tax.
Mm-hmm. If the car would have been valued at under $10,000, they wouldn't have. But depending on what year that was, there probably weren't any cars valued under $10,000 anymore. Packer said he had family on both sides of the European theater. Blackwater Navy, Rob says. One guy got the Medal of Honor.
So it must have been an awkward Thanksgiving dinner for Pack Rat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 2 PT boats versus 60 plus. Yeah. Yeah, those PT boat guys, man, they were some of the bravest guys in the war. They'd be going head first up against the big boats, trying to get their torpedoes off before they get hit.
I watched the documentary McHale's Navy. That was pretty good.
Packrat said the VA hospital down there is named after Audie Murphy.
Pretty badass when you're a congressional medal winner playing yourself in a movie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, playing in your own autobiographical movie. I don't think there's a whole lot of people that have ever done that before, let alone being a Medal of Honor winner doing so. Packrat said one of his relatives was Rommel's chief of staff. Now, I had family that fought on the British side during the American Revolution. In fact, that's the only family I had that fought in the American Revolution was on the British side. Both my British family on my father's side, and then on the German side, my mother's side of the family, there were Hessians that fought in the war. Yeah. Instead of pulling back and calling it in, he attacked with 2 boats so others wouldn't get attacked rather downriver.
Yeah, he's talking riverboats.
Mm-hmm. Well, PT boats could operate on a river.
Yeah, but they're not. He's talking brown water.
Yeah, he
Correct.
said Blackwater. Yeah, but yeah. Yeah, that's the thing about PT boat. You could take them on a river, or if you had to. There was a guy in Pittsburgh where my father and grandfather used to moor their boat. He had an old PT boat that hadn't been destroyed that he converted into a houseboat. It was pretty cool. Packrat said his family didn't get here until the 1890s. My family on my father's side didn't get here until the 1900s. So if any of these idiots expect me to pay reparations, they can kiss my ass. My family wasn't here during the slave days. Neither side. My mother's side of the family, which are German, they didn't get here until the late 1800s, early 20th century either. Depending on whether you're talking about my grandfather's family or my grandmother's family on my mother's side. The guy that I was talking about with the PT boat, he would live on his boat until it got cold. Then he'd go live with his sister during the winter. He didn't want to be on the river when it was cold up in Pittsburgh. Which I don't blame him. I wouldn't have wanted to either. Packrat said his dad was on a minesweeper. My stepfather's father was missing a finger on his left hand. He was a Marine on a destroyer in World War II in the Atlantic. And he was on one of the destroyers that would be escorting the freighters and stuff. And they got attacked by probably a scout plane. He insisted it was a Messerschmitt until the day he died, but it was probably a naval scout plane because those had guns on them, believe it or not. And anyway, it came down and it did a strafing run on his boat, and he was on his gun. He was on a dual 50 caliber mount, and a bullet hit his finger and just tore it from the plane and just tore his finger right off. Yeah, Rob's talking Vietnam era stuff. Yeah. Yeah, those guys, those river patrols in Nam, yeah, that could get dangerous too. Which would you rather do? Be on a PT boat during World War II or river patrol boat in Nam?
PT boat.
Took balls to do either, to be honest. Packrat said those river rats were crazy. Yeah, they were. But like I was saying, you gotta be a bit on the crazy side to be a PT boat crewman in World War II as well. Especially if you were on one of the ones that actually was torpedo equipped. Not all PT boats had torpedoes on them, believe it or not. Even though the PT stood for patrol torpedo, some of them were actually set up as anti-aircraft platforms. Those ones were used mostly for scouting missions or to provide anti-air cover if the base is being attacked by the Japanese aircraft from the Imperial Japanese Navy. PT boats were used for transport a lot too. When MacArthur left the Philippines, he did so on a PT boat. Packrat said he thinks that was a requirement for being a river rat. Yeah, maybe. It's a good possibility. Says we got 7 people watching on X. See anybody over there saying anything? Nope. No chat.
John Kerry captained the Swift boat, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Rob says if you had to pick one, would you rather fight in a desert or a jungle?
well, you have to ask yourself: would you rather burn to death or rot?
Do you prefer dry heat or a humid heat? Yeah, it goes back to the discussion we were having earlier about living where Packrat lives now, or if he were staying in Arizona. One's a humid heat and the other one's a dry heat.
Is Arizona humid?
No, he's in Central Texas now, San Antonio area.
I didn't know
And
that was humid.
yeah, San Antonio gets humid.
Thought it was all just dry and hot.
Then he says San Antonio gets humid. Rob says he prefers a comfortable 75 degrees. So you would have been in Europe in World War II. That's where you would have preferred to be.
It's considered warm in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
They freak out when it's in the upper 80s.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, global warming. It's global warming. It's global warming. We hit 88 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, really?
Crazy because they talk about old people dying from the heat.
Uh-huh.
That's an average
So,
summer day.
right? It's like, you idiots are complaining about 88 Fahrenheit? Good Lord. Like, try 100 and something. We hit 100 and something back in July here. Rob says it's a tough one. Both have pros and cons. Well, you got to take this in consideration too. Depending on time of year in the desert, it'll be hot during the day and then cold at night. At least in the jungle, you got a constant temperature. You don't got that severe of a swing. Yeah, Packrat said he'd take jungle because you have cover at least. Well, depends on what jungle you're in. They don't all have big fleshy leaves on the ground from plants. Packrat said he saw 122 on Father's Day one year. Denny says, man, he celebrated that he had 88-degree summers. He said usually have 100 plus by May, sometimes April, and it stays until September. He said they were in the 90s several times in October, 80s this month. We
Yeah,
had
when I lived
80s.
in Eastern Washington, it wasn't quite that bad, but I would walk home from work at 7, I think about 7 in the morning, and it already be in the 70s.
Rob says, F that shit. We had 80s last month. Haven't hit that high this month. We did hit 70. Was it yesterday? Day before? Then he says he went to LA in July and took a cruise to Mexico. It was 75 in LA. They were complaining about how hot it was. He was looking for his jacket. Mr. Knives says he's in Long Beach, California at 61 degrees Fahrenheit. Howdy, Knives. Rob says half the time he works outside, he'd be Lego black and then turn to dust and blow away with the wind. I'm assuming he's talking about the 100 plus days in May. So, what else going on? Anything?
Well, there's always something going on.
I haven't found anything interesting. I was looking through the headlines earlier in the show and couldn't really find any that were interesting.
I haven't paid attention. I was raking leaves and cleaning gutters today.
Yeah. Did you see where those bunch of Congress people put out that video saying that the military needs to disobey all of Trump and Hegseth's orders?
No.
Yeah. Well, Trump came back real quick saying that's seditious behavior and it's punishable by hanging.
Okay. I had heard some people who were upset over something he had said like that, but I didn't know what he had said and what context. And
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah. That was the context. Everybody's throwing a fit because Trump said that. Well, all he was saying was that is the penalty. They're like they're saying he threatened these Congress people and stuff. He's like, no, he didn't. He didn't threaten anybody. He didn't mention a single person by name or anything. He just said that their behavior it could be considered seditious, and the penalty for that could be hanging. And he's not wrong. Rob says he's making cookies, chocolate chip.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend when I was dating when my wife and I were dating, he pulled her aside and said, "Hey, if you want to keep him happy, make chocolate chip cookies." I love chocolate chip cookies.
Mm-hmm. Who doesn't like chocolate chip cookies? I mean, come on.
I don't know. There's the same people. There's people that put walnuts in chocolate chip cookies.
Well, that's not a chocolate chip cookie then. It's a chocolate chip walnut cookie. Right?
Nuts do not belong in cookies.
What about
Except
peanut
maybe
butter
D's
chips?
nuts.
What about peanut butter chips with chocolate chips?
No.
No. Packrat says he has fried an egg on the sidewalk in Tucson in the summer. I can believe it.
Yeah. Probably didn't taste very good.
No. Rob says that he's using Toll House chips.
Those
Nope.
that is the best everyday cookie is the Toll House recipe.
Now, chocolate chips obviously chocolate chips. Milk chocolate chips or semi-sweet?
Semi-sweet.
I prefer the milk chocolate. But I'll eat either. Just saying. Denny says he loves him some chocolate chip cookies, peanut butter cookies, oatmeal raisin cookies. Okay, now he wants cookies.
I don't hate peanut butter, but I don't like peanut butter except in peanut butter cookies. And I really like oatmeal raisin cookies.
Mm-hmm. I like all three of those. I like peanut butter cookies with chocolate chips in them too. Those are good. Well, Packrat, that's an extenuating circumstance. He said his older sister didn't like chocolate chip cookies because she was allergic to chocolate. Well, yeah, that's an extenuating circumstance. That's forgivable.
That's natural selection at work.
Then he says it's hard to flip an egg on the sidewalk, but you do get extra B12 from the dirt.
We get a little iron, calcium.
And whatever other chemical happens to be on the sidewalk that day.
bubble gum.
Mm-hmm. Dog poo, maybe. Yeah. Mr. Knife says oatmeal chocolate chip. I haven't tried chocolate chip on oatmeal before. Yeah, Packrat says Heb cookies are good. What's a Heb cookie?
I'm guessing maybe the grocery store, HEB,
Oh, okay.
but I don't know for sure.
Defense Dad's after he said oatmeal raisin is his favorite. My wife hates oatmeal raisins. She doesn't like raisins. My daughter and I love them. The local Martin supermarket, their oatmeal raisin cookies are pretty darn good. Yeah, bird poop. Yeah, yeah, that's another option there, Pack Rat. No, Rob's cheating. He's making the cookies from a tub of cookie dough. He said it was $8 for the tub of cookie dough.
There's still it's nice to have that because you can just make a few cookies. You don't have to make a whole batch and figure out your, if you want to make less, you have to figure out your portions to make it come out right. If you got the tub, you just spoon out if however many you want.
Pack Rat said, "Yeah, the store." So.
I had a tub of the Toll House one time, and I made a batch of cookies, put them on top of the fridge, and after a few days, my wife asked me why I wasn't eating the cookies because the plate was still full. She didn't realize that I would eat cookies and then cook more to replace what I ate.
Well, she wasn't paying attention to the container of the dough, I guess. Guess she wouldn't notice.
And if you don't want to cook them, you just eat the dough.
Denny said he thinks the pre-made ones are too sweet. And every so often, I just get in the mood for like Chips Ahoy.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is. It's just
terrible.
Like I didn't say they were great. I just I see a pack of them and I want them for some reason. I don't know what it is. I miss having a real bakery in the area because around here we don't have one. When I was a kid, going to the bakery, and my grandmother would be getting something that she could put in my grandfather's lunch, like donuts or something. And us kids always got free cookies. The ladies behind the counter would give us a cookie. One lady wouldn't pay attention. You kids want a cookie? You get another cookie. Rob says he'd rather make them before buying Chips Ahoy. Well, homemade are always going to be the best, even if you're cheating and using the pre-made dough. One thing I've never been a fan of as far as the pre-made doughs go are like the Pillsbury sugar cookies. I've never really been a fan of those.
And I know I've had them, but it's so easy to make sugar dough cookies. I think I've always just, it's been a long time since I've made them, but I've always just made them. My bookkeeper at work, she makes a sugar cookie that it melts in your mouth. You don't get a chance to chew it. You take a bite and it just dissolves, and it is incredible.
Well, when the kids were little, Amy used to buy the big, basically a log of cookie dough the Pillsbury cookie dough that had like the Christmas trees and stuff in it, those little shapes, because the kids would help cut the dough down and make the cookies. Kind of like how Midnight used to have his son help him make the Chef Boyardee pizza dough back in the day. But yeah, so I've had lots of those Pillsbury sugar cookies, and I'm not the biggest fan of them. But the kids made them, so you had to eat them, right? The fence dad said he used to make no bake cookies a lot. Rob says no bake cookies are great too, in his opinion. I can't remember the last time I had a no bake cookie, to be honest. It's been a while. I used to like the thumbprint cookies too. You know what those are?
Probably.
They're like the little circle, and it has like an indentation in it, and you either could put like a
Yeah.
Hershey's Kiss kind of thing in there, or like the little jelly.
I forget what the. Yeah, there's another name for them, like when they have the Hershey Kiss in them, and I don't remember. My grandma used to make like every kind of cookie you can conceive of.
The bakery by my mother's house always just called all of them thumbprint cookies. So that's what I knew the name as. Yeah, Denny says the Pillsbury one sugar cookies get hard very quick. The secret to keeping them soft is you put them in a bowl with a lid with a piece of bread in there, and that actually helps keep them from getting super hard. Denny says he likes those too with the kisses. And the fence dad said he's making a tres leche cake for Thanksgiving. Sounds good.
That's a 3 milk cake.
Mm-hmm. New York Outcast says, have you heard the Indian Christmas song as they show how the Dutch tin cookies are made? Nope, can't say I have.
Dad, there's a lot of shorts that are using that same audio.
I do love some of those butter cookies though. The Dutch butter cookies.
I do not like those.
You don't like them?
No. I like the tins, but not the cookie.
Those tins come in handy for a lot of things after they're empty. Now, Denny's asking Defense Dad, when do we eat? Yeah, Packrat says he misses the old Polish bakery in Chicago. Oh, Polish bakeries are the best. You get the jelly-filled donuts, the Polish-style jelly-filled donut. I can't remember the name of them, but man, those things are good. Oh, wedding cookies. Yeah, those are good too. Mr. Knives says chocolate is life. 38 Super shall roll them all, and a hot dog is a taco. Good night, all. Good night, Mr. Knives. Did you wake up? Oh, now you're going to start sneezing?
Punky. Punchkuk.
Something along those lines. I used to know how it was pronounced, but for life of me, I can't remember.
Well, it's got that Eastern European extra letters in there.
Yeah. Pack Rat said he did find a German bakery in his area. Yeah, if we wanted those types of donuts, we went to the Polish Hill neighborhood in Pittsburgh. They had a really, really nice Polish bakery there. Oh my God, were those donuts good there? You can get them raspberry filled, apple filled, lemon filled. The fence dad said he's doing turkey roll ups for Thanksgiving. Turkey, cream cheese, onion inside, crescent dough, and baked, served, cheese sauce over them. We're just having traditional oven roasted turkey.
What kind of crescent dough? It's not Pillsbury, is it? I'm not a fan of the Pillsbury dough in a can.
I don't know. He doesn't say. Yeah, Denny says they only have commercial donuts and none are that good. And Spanish bakeries here. Local supermarket, the local Martin supermarket, they get good. They have good donuts that they make there. Our Walmart used to have good donuts, and then the baker that worked there retired, and now they just have those reheated things that they get in bulk, and they're nowhere near as good. After that guy retired, they stopped doing all the in-house baking at that store.
I worked at a store that the guy that worked in the bakery, and he did the donuts in the morning, and he had a crush on a girl. Can't remember what department she worked in, but he made a ring for her out of his own hair and gave it to her. Then he got a job at the other store in town and was creepy over there, and I think he got fired.
Yeah, that's a good reason to get fired. Rob said he got his turkey for using store points. Yep, so did we. Free turkey. And probably either get a free ham or a free turkey Christmas too, using the store points.
My wife's gonna be she's out of town, so I just picked up. It's a shepherd's pie, but it has turkey and stuffing in it. Let's see if it's any good.
That's different. The fence dad said his folks owned a bakery when he was a kid. And then he said, sounds creepy to him. He's talking about the guy that you were talking about. Rob says, and then she got lice. That would be messed up. Yeah, Rob says, same deal. About the get the turkey Thanksgiving and then Christmas, you get your choice of either a turkey or a ham. And it's not like cheap local turkeys either. She got a butterball free with her points. So, pretty decent sized turkey she got too. It's like a 25-pound turkey.
That's too big.
Well, we're gonna have like 7 people here.
Yeah, if you want a good turkey, so you want to serve good cook, you'd be better off with 2 smaller turkeys. It's more work, but your turkeys will come out better.
Packer said his mother used to cook out of Betty Crocker Cookbook #1. I have one of those around here somewhere, or I should say, my wife has one of
I
those around
have
here.
one.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it for 30 years.
Yeah, my mother had one. It's like a very common thing to walk into a kitchen and see one of those sitting there.
Yeah, the red and white checkered
Uh-huh.
cookbook.
Yep.
I also have a Dr. Pepper cookbook put out by Dr. Pepper in the 80s.
Amy's got the John Wayne cookbook, the Hershey's cookbook, the aforementioned Betty Crocker.
Got How to Cook Anything.
She's got a couple other ones too. I just can't remember what the hell they are.
For us, Thanksgiving we'll just spend by ourselves because my wife gets a little overwhelmed with my family. So Thanksgiving would be the one that we have just with us, and then Christmas we would get together with my sisters, but they all moved away. So
yeah, Rob said they usually get a 20-pound turkey, but went with a 17-pound this year. So you got less people coming over. Finch Dad said he's looking forward to turkey sandwiches after more than the actual dinner.
When I was a kid, that's what I looked forward to after Thanksgiving. Turkey sandwiches. My mom would make turkey soup.
Denny says John Wayne Corn Dodgers. It's a cookbook that's made up of different recipes he would make when he would be like grilling and stuff. His kids compiled it and put it out. Like he has different like steak rubs and stuff that he would use and stuff like that in it. Rob said, but he'll still have enough for leftover sandwiches. Packrat said he lost all the cookbooks in the house fire. Rob says, yep, DD's sandwiches are great. Cookbooks I wish I still had were both of my grandmothers. One had a bunch of like different English recipes and stuff in it, which, contrary to popular belief, there are some English things that are really good. And then my other grandmother, she had a bunch of old German recipes and stuff, but don't have either one of their cookbooks. So. Packrat said he had the Justin Wilson cookbook.
Guarantee.
Now, did that say that you had to put a little bit in the chicken and a little bit for you?
All the recipes end with a glass of wine.
Uh-huh.
I didn't watch Justin Wilson that much. I really like Jack Papin. Then he did a show with his daughter, the Frugal Gourmet.
Mm-hmm. My brother and I, we would watch Justin Wilson, and right after him, there was this guy, Yan Can Cook, that did Asian stuff.
101 Ways to Walk a Dog. The apron he wore.
Mm-hmm. Him and Justin Wilson were hilarious to watch.
Watching him debone a chicken was unreal. How fast he was.
Mm-hmm. Now, Rob said he couldn't find turkey brine anywhere today. lady is flipping out. He usually doesn't use it, but apparently it's the end of the world to her. For turkey brine, you can substitute vegetable stock. You generally get that in the same place as you do like your turkey broth, chicken broth, beef broth. Yeah, tell her to try that, Rob. If you can't find it.
Just tell her to calm down. She's
Mhm.
acting like her mother.
Oh yeah, that'll go over real well, I'm sure. Packer said he thinks the last brine he got was from Amazon. I don't think I've ever ordered food stuff from Amazon before.
I have. I do all the time, but kind of snack stuff, sodas and Pringles, stuff like that.
Rob says you're trying to get him killed. Defense Dad said he doesn't brine his turkeys. He uses an electric roaster. It's self-basting and makes a very moist turkey. Yeah, that's what Amy usually uses is the electric roaster, not the oven.
I don't really like brining turkeys. The easiest way is to use one of the bags.
Mm-hmm.
It's guaranteed to keep your turkey from drying out.
She'll get the chicken roasters that are like that, and just throw them in the oven. The ones that are in the bag, you just let a whole bag
Yeah.
in the oven. And Rob says now he's getting the third degree. Why? What did you do? You didn't actually say that to her, did you?
Now tell her she reminds you of your ex.
Packrat said he usually does theirs in the smoker. My brother-in-law does that. He smokes turkey. That's really good. If you've never had smoked turkey, you need to find somewhere that has it and try it at least once. It's really good. There's a barbecue place around here that does smoked turkeys too. It's really good. Yep. Defense that said freeze up the oven to cook all the other stuff too. Yep. Yep. Hey, I ain't the one that said it, Rob. Don't blame me. she, he said she heard you. One thing I still want to try is the video that Midnight did where he did the buffalo wings using turkey wings.
Mm.
It was like the follow up to the video he did a few years ago now, where he showed you how to break down the turkey and brine it. He had the wings left over, so he used those and made some buffalo wings out of the turkey wings. He said she laughed about it, so it's all good. Wow. For not having a topic tonight, we've gone 2 hours. Shame we couldn't have just gotten one more person to jump on the panel so we could have did the bracket.
What was your bracket?
World War II movies. And yes, they're all World War II movies. Not necessarily war movies, but all movies that are centered in World War II. Like, for instance, Schindler's List is on the bracket because I wouldn't necessarily call that a war movie, but it does take place during World War II.
For some reason, YouTube held Pack Rat's comment about I want to try turducken, but didn't have a problem with Defense Dad saying cook your turkey face down, ass up.
There's no rhyme or reason. But yeah, as far as the turducken, yeah, I haven't tried that either.
I tried a version, not a full turducken. It was just a turkey breast.
Mm-hmm.
It was stuffed with chicken and andouille sausage. It was okay. I don't know if the full turducken is better.
Well, full turducken is turkey, chicken, and duck. Then you got stuffing between each layer, so you cut it like a layer cake, so that you get a layer of the turkey, layer of stuffing, layer of chicken, layer of stuffing, layer of duck, and then whatever you put inside the duck. Barbecue's asking, is A League of Their Own on the bracket? No, that's not on the bracket. One thing, I tried staying away from comedies. Night, Denny.
I do not.
I do have Kelly's Heroes on the bracket, though, because, I can't do a World War II bracket and not have Kelly's Heroes.
Well, technically, yes, it is, but it's a World War II movie with 60s sensibilities.
Mm-hmm. Now Barbecue's mad because I don't have A League of Their Own on the bracket. Yeah, that doesn't fit into the general theme of the movie. And like I said, I wanted to try and stay away from comedies because I could have put 1941 on the bracket. I love that movie, but
Hollywood!
I don't have
Hollywood!
All Robert Stack wanted to do was go watch Dumbo. Damn it!
I have changed my mind on Die Hard being a Christmas movie.
So where do you come down on it now?
It is a Christmas movie. When it was being written, Christmas was a big element of the plot. So I used to be on the other side, but it was written. It's not a traditional Christmas movie, but
Pack Rat said Kelly's Heroes held the record for the most big stars in it. I don't know, man. The Longest Day has quite a lot, and so does How the West Was Won. Some cat is not happy right now. Ugh. God, sounds like a goddamn siren, emergency siren going off and crying out
Your
loud.
cat in heat.
I have no idea what's going on. I can't see them. They're on the other side of the damn wall.
Yeah, I would think that a Mad, Mad, Mad World would have more stars in it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah,
Kelly's here.
that one definitely. Yeah, it's another one. Yes, barbecue, but it was a comedy. Did I not say I was staying away from comedies on the list? Yeah, Gizzard's here.
Yeah, you gotta give him a little leeway. He's blind. He can't hear you very well.
He
Mm,
is? Where? Where is he?
I don't know. Rob says Kelly's Heroes was funny. Yeah, I mean, Hogan's Heroes is a great TV show, but it's not a movie, so it doesn't make the bracket.
It's not.
No,
Stalag 13, which it's kind of based on, that was a movie, which was it's a good movie.
you mean Stalag 17?
So sorry, yeah, Stalag
Yes,
17.
they were at Stalag 13.
Yeah,
So who won the bracket?
Nobody yet because we haven't done it.
Oh,
It's
we
only
were
been me and
waiting for
Foss in
you.
here. Yeah, we were waiting for at least one other person.
well, you got one other person.
All right, I guess we can do a bracket then. Go pull it up here.
Do it.
And yes, it is a 32 team bracket.
We'll be up till midnight, but that's okay. Not like I have a job to go to in the morning or anything.
I'm going to go kill these cats. I don't know what. Hold on, I'll be right back.
He's gonna go kill cats. Okay.
Thanksgiving's coming early.
I hope he's got a big magazine because he's got a lot of cats.
No, we're not having Chinese food for Thanksgiving.
Rah, 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 rah.
Must have killed them. They got quiet.
Put him in a sack, drowned him
Yep.
in the bathtub.
Okay, I go out in the hall to see what the hell is going on, and the two cats are fighting over a goddamn utility knife.
Cool.
I don't know where they got the utility knife, but they're out in the hall fighting over a utility knife. Like, what in the hell is wrong with you two?
What kind of shelter are you running?
Yeah. Cats have to be armed. Jeez.
I'm not running this thing. Ain't my damn shelter. All right, so here's the bracket. We got Saving Private Ryan, Big Red One, Kelly's Heroes, Sands of Iwo Jima, The Longest Day, Fury, They Were Expendable, The Great Escape, The Guns of Navarone, Empire of the Sun, Destination Tokyo, The Dirty Dozen, Bridge Too Far, The Flying Leathernecks, Patton, Run Silent, Run Deep, The Bridge on the River Kwai, Memphis Belle, Stalag 17, Valkyrie, Von Ryan's Express, Letters from Iwo Jima, Schindler's List, From Here to Eternity, In Harm's Way, Casablanca, Sahara, Hacksaw Ridge, Flags of Our Fathers, The Story of G.I. Joe, 30 Seconds Over Tokyo, and Judgment at Nuremberg.
What's our judgment criteria?
Just if you, what movie you think's the better of the two. Nothing.
Well, in what way? Historically accurate?
Whatever parameters you
We
want to
enjoyed
use for why
more?
you like the movie. Yeah, I mean, whatever parameters you want to use for liking the movie and thinking the movie's a good movie. That's it. We're keeping it simple.
Are we grading these by length?
No, we're not grading them by length because some of these movies are long.
By Oscars won?
Well, hell, if we might as well. If we're going to do that, no, we don't even do a list. This goes right to the end. Schindler's List probably won more Academy Awards than any of the other ones.
I'm pretty sure a couple of those won Academy Awards.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Schindler's List probably won more. That seemed to win just about everything.
Yeah, yeah.
I know this one is the one that John Wayne said he should have won the Oscar for. Anyway, I'm going to shuffle these up. Tell me when to stop.
Wonder how long it'll go if we don't say anything.
I'll just keep clicking it. I don't care.
Bridge on the River Kwai and Patton both won 10 awards.
Really? Wow.
Yep.
How many did Schindler's List win?
I don't know. All Quiet on the Western Front also won 10.
Well, I don't have them on the bracket. And
Well,
that was World War
more.
I, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Schindler's List won 7 Academy Awards out of 12 nominations.
Wow.
So your bracket is moot.
Yeah.
Well, no. Bridge on the River Kwai is on the bracket. So we can just put that right to the end if we're going by Academy Award winners then.
Well, so
no,
it wins?
Patton is too, so they'd go both. We'd have to have a semifinal.
So you're saying there's no reason to even do this bracket now?
Not if we're going by Academy Award wins.
Saving Private Ryan won 5.
Mm-hmm. Rob's complaining longest bracket. I mean, fake bracket.
Although it was the only one that had an adult motion picture made after the fact, which was Shaving Ryan's Private.
Yeah. The defense dad said, "Well, damn, Rich, stop being stingy and give each cat its own knife."
I don't believe anybody said stop.
Mm-mm.
No,
Aren't you still clicking?
Because I wanted to check the YouTube chat, and I had to stop clicking to do that.
You could start again.
Not if I was reading. It's kind of hard to read something if you can't see it.
La 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 la.
Isn't this entertaining, folks?
Call it the Rich White Shuffle.
Right up there with the curly shuffle and the icky shuffle.
Well, this is closer to a 5-knuckle shuffle.
So John Cena then.
No, that's not what that is.
I know what it's a reference to, but it is a John Cena wrestling movie. Well, it's not really a wrestling movie. It's him more him falling down with style, kind of Buzz Lightyear like. So, how many of those movies have you heard of, Gary?
Just about all of them.
Okay. Barbecue was worried
How
you
many
would.
of them have I seen? That's a different story. A few.
Check the YouTube chat again, see if anybody said anything. Let's see. Rob says cat fights are big money in his area. Part of the match is getting with. Yeah. Packer says longest day was over 3 hours. Wasn't that long, was it? I thought it was like 2.5, maybe 3. I don't think it was over 3.
See, today's been 22 so far. So
They didn't throw an intermission in the middle of it like they did with How the West Was Won.
when I saw Schindler's List at the theater, it had an intermission.
But did it have its own intermission graphic like How the West Was Won did? Halfway through the movie, it throws up the screen that says intermission.
I
Lawrence
don't
of Arabia
remember.
also had intermission.
Mm-hmm.
The
Well, that movie
CD
was
I
like
have,
4 hours.
the DVD I have has the intermission on it.
Yeah, How the West One does too, because it was like built right into the movie where to have the intermission. Yeah, Lawrence of Arabia, that's like 4 hours long. They could have split that up into 2 movies, which is anymore. That's what they would do. Like Wicked, they split that into 2 movies.
Getting tired yet?
Clicking on
Need to
mouse
read.
isn't that hard.
Need to read the chat.
Yeah, I do. Okay, Packrat said stop. So somebody said stop. Rob said people get bums and junkies to fight in his area. YouTube probably won't like it. Probably not.
There's a guy that made a lot of money on bum fights. He would get pay bums to fight and then take bets on it.
Mm-hmm. That's probably what Rob's talking about. They do in his area.
That's where Kimbo Slice, he came out of the bum fights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you probably get that everywhere, underground fighting and stuff. Try to remember what pro wrestler it was that came out of that kind of stuff. Damn it, I forget who it was. Huh? Oh, barbecue's here.
Yeah, I'm here to protest the whole bracket.
Uh-huh.
League of Their Own is not a comedy. It is
Yes,
clearly
it
a
is.
documentary. Further exacerbated by the fact that Tom Hanks is in the whole thing.
Yes, but Tom Hanks started as a comedic actor. So thank you. Except for that one movie he did during the Satanic Scare about the role
That was a
playing.
TV movie.
That was what?
That was a TV movie.
Yeah.
Let's say Philadelphia wasn't exactly a comedy.
But that came out after he was done doing the comedy movies. He started as a comedic actor.
Rich laughed out loud.
I've actually never watched it, so I wouldn't know.
Oh, it's a good movie.
But what wrestler went through what or came out of what?
The underground fighting scene.
William Regal?
Yeah, it might be him.
I would think what's his face, his friend. I've never seen him wrestle, but Regal would talk about him.
Dave Taylor?
No. Another British guy.
Well, Dave Taylor is a British guy.
Oh, yeah. No, not him. Finley.
Oh,
yeah.
Finley.
Yeah. Him.
He's Irish.
No,
I
he's
could
a
see
second.
him.
He's a second generation wrestler. His dad was a wrestler
Oh.
on the British team, but
yeah, Finn was a pretty badass dude.
Mm-hmm. But,
just curious because I was a couple minutes behind in the chat still. How do we get on to underground fight scenes?
Rob talking about bums and drug addicts being
Bum
in fights in his area. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Why isn't he filming these? Like, there's a lot of money in filming bum fights.
That's what I said.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Does he get
apparently
on
he's
to where-
talking these are staged fights. So
Like, so what?
I know. I'm just saying.
People love a good bum fight. Like, he could make enough money that he could actually buy a cement mixer, and Misfits could actually get woman-sized forearms again, and not those Popeye cannons that she's walking around with. Although I feel like he's probably getting some handies with those Popeye forearms, and that's why he does not want her to stop mixing the cement.
Mm-hmm. Barbecue. Who's the British wrestler that's on commentary now for WWE?
Wade Barrett.
Yes, he was a bare knuckle boxer before he got into wrestling.
Yeah.
That's why his nose is all fucked up.
It took me a second. I was like, who the frick?
I could not
was just
think of his damn
Nexus.
name. Yeah. Yeah, he was in the Nexus. Yep. Anyway, so
bracket's not going to bracket itself.
I know. That's what I was getting ready to get to. In the first bracket, we have Judgment at Nuremberg versus the Big Red One. We will start with Foss since he was in here first.
Big Red One.
Gizzard? Gary's still here?
Big Red One. Sorry, I snuck out to go to the bathroom while you guys were talking wrestling. So.
He's old.
Barbecue?
His prostate's big.
I'm putting him in the wrong damn category. Oh, God.
The hell bracket maker are you using?
The one that you use.
Then how are you putting him in the wrong category?
Not the wrong category. I put the votes on the wrong answer.
Oh, I see how this is. This is just like another Rich White bracket. He's going to let somebody in here when the vote doesn't go his way.
Oh, gosh.
I don't even know why we're doing this. It's 2020 all over again.
Big Red One or Judgment at Nuremberg Barbecue?
Judgment at Nuremberg. I haven't seen both, or I haven't seen either one, I mean, and I'm going to vote for the one that hasn't been voted for.
Well, that puts 2 votes for Judgment at Nuremberg, which is a good movie. It's about the war trial, the war crimes trials.
It's about judging people at Nuremberg?
Yeah. It's the war crime trials that took place immediately after the German surrender.
Yes, at Nuremberg.
That's in Germany.
Mm-hmm. Well, crowd, you get to vote. Judgment at Nuremberg or the Big Red One? See if anybody says anything up there. Packrat's saying William Regal got knighted. Did he?
I'm not British.
I don't
I don't
know.
have to call him sir.
And nobody's voting. Come on, one person say something.
Because nobody's watching.
Yeah, apparently Rob doesn't like the bracket either for some reason.
If this bracket gets 100 participation votes throughout the night, Rich is giving away a free knife.
No.
Didn't say it was going to be tonight, Rich. You should have just said yes. It could have still been when you hit the 500, which is never going to happen.
Wow, nobody's voting out there. I don't know what Rob is mad about because he won't say. He just says it's an abomination, but he doesn't say why. Rob says Big Red won, so that'll move on. He's the only vote. All right. Next, we have the Dirty Dozen and Casablanca. Gary?
Dirty Dozen.
Faust? Or no, Barbecue?
Okay.
Oh, you go Casablanca? Okay. Barbecue?
I've heard of Dirty Dozen. I actually think I heard it was actually pretty good. But Casablanca is a classic. We'll go with that one.
They're both
maybe
classic.
Not today, maybe not tomorrow, but you got to get on that plane.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the right movie? I don't know.
Yes, that's the right movie.
There's gambling going on here. I'm shocked. Shocked.
Yeah. Shocked, I tell you. Louis, I think it's the beginning of a
As the waiter hands him his winnings.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm going to go Casablanca as well. You know, I love Dirty Dozen, but Casablanca is just quotable. All right. Next, we got the Guns of Navarone versus Schindler's List. Barbecue?
What and what?
The Guns of Navarone and Schindler's List.
The first one sounds really dumb. The second one is a classic. I'm voting for the first one.
Okay. Guns of Navarone's a classic, too. It's about a bunch of
guns in Navarone.
No, it's about a couple of big guns, big artillery pieces that have to be taken out by special operators so that they can save them. Yeah, but
so Foss was spot on. No, Foss was spot on.
No, he's
you dismissed him, but he nailed it.
No, I said there's guns. Yes, 2 big guns, and they got to be taken out by special operations so that they can rescue 200 soldiers that are trapped on a Greek island.
All right. Did anybody else hear him say no to Foss when Foss had said that?
Apparently not. Foss?
Guns of Navarone.
Gizzard?
Schindler's List. The only one of the two I've seen. Possibly one of the best movies I've ever seen.
I'm going to go with the Guns of Navarone. I do like Schindler's List, but it's not a movie I can watch over and over again. Guns of Navarone I have seen multiple times. So, all right. Next we have Destination Tokyo, one of the best submarine movies made, versus The Flying Leathernecks. Flying Leathernecks. John Wayne movie about marine pilots. Foss.
Ooh. This is a 50-50 toss-up for me. I'll go flying leathernecks.
Okay. Gizzard?
I haven't seen either one. I'm just going to go with Destination Tokyo because it doesn't have a vote yet.
It's a Cary Grant movie.
Yeah, it's about going to Tokyo.
Yeah, they gotta sneak in through the submarine net into Tokyo Harbor so that they can set up a spy station where they can listen in on Japanese radio broadcasts.
Do they
Barbecue?
speak Japanese?
Well, there was like one of the what they got was setting up the radio thing could speak Japanese. Barbecue?
And what's the synopsis on the Flying Leathernecks?
It's a John Wayne movie about Marine pilots in World War II, where they got to, take out Japanese aircraft. It's not a really complex story.
Anybody else think it'd be really funny to see like a war comedy movie where the Marine, instead of having a pack of Marlboros rolled up in his sleeve, it's a pack of Crayolas rolled up in his sleeve?
Oh, you don't have flying tigers on this list.
No, there's a lot of movies I could have put on this list. If it would have went to 64, I could have, but this bracket only goes to 32.
I feel like I'm going to have to go with the Flying Leathernecks here because Foss voted against the Japanese movie. And I feel like Foss is pretty pro-Japanese, most anything. So if he voted against the Japanese movie, it probably isn't that good.
No, it's good.
Well,
It's just
Well,
I think we're going to do bad things when we get to Tokyo. See, that's the thing.
Yeah, and Foss did say it was a toss-up between the two.
I didn't hear him say that part.
Yeah.
I don't think it was a social visit to Tokyo.
No.
My wife and I have only had one discussion about World War II. Then we agreed never to talk about it again.
That might be in best interest. I do like both of these movies. I'll go with the Leathernecks. All right, next we have Empire of the Sun, about a Japanese prison camp and a little kid who's trying to survive in the prison camp during World War II in China. Versus A Bridge Too Far, the failed market garden operation, which showed that, oh, damn it, I can't think of his damn name. The British guy who got the credit for North Africa may not have been as good a strategist as everybody thought he was.
Montgomery?
Yes. Thank you. I'm terrible with names sometimes.
I know yours.
Huh?
I know yours.
No, speaking of that, which one are you going with, Gizzard? Empire of the Sun or A Bridge Too Far?
Bridge Too Far.
But Empire of the Sun was also Christian Bale's first movie when he was a kid. He played the kid in the movie. Barbecue?
Well, I was going to vote for Empire of the Sun until you mentioned that Christian Bale thing. So we're going to go with A Bridge Too Far.
You don't like Batman?
It's a Steven Spielberg movie.
Yeah, it is.
Michael Keaton is the best Batman. Val Kilmer, close second.
Foss?
Empire of the Sun.
Yeah, that's what I'm going with too. That's a really good movie. So I guess we're going to have to throw this out to the crowd, see if we get any votes. In the meantime, Rob said that he thinks your wife got a different perspective on the war.
It was interesting talking with her mom about after the war. Yeah, all the kind of hardships that she went through.
I could have put the latest Godzilla movie on here because that was a World War II movie.
There's a Godzilla hotel that I want to stay at, but my wife refuses to stay at it.
Defense Dad says Empire of the Sun. And that's the only legitimate vote we're getting because Rob is voting for Big Trouble in Little China. Now, World War II
Very
would have
good
been
movie.
Big Trouble in, yes, but World War II would have been Big Trouble in Big China.
One Night in Bangkok.
Totally different movie. We got, next one, we got Run Silent, Run Deep, and Valkyrie. Gizzard, I think you go first.
Well, the only one of the two I've seen, don't ask me why, is Run Silent, Run Deep. So we're going to go with that.
Valkyrie's the Tom Cruise movie where they're trying to assassinate Hitler.
Well, I'm definitely going with Run Silent, Run Deep.
Valkyrie's a good movie if you haven't seen it.
I thought you
Barbecue?
said Tom Cruise was in it.
It's based
still-
on a true story.
Yes, it is. It's based on a true story. It's a good movie. Barbecue?
Valkyries.
Foss?
Red Silent, Run Deep.
All right, that'll be 2 votes because that Run Silent, Run Deep is a good movie too. And Silent Service needs to get represented since Destination Tokyo has already been eliminated. Next, we have 2 different POW movies. We have Von Ryan's Express, where an American POW leads a group of British POWs in stealing a train carrying various things. And then we have Bridge on the River Kwai, which a bunch of British POWs are forced to build a bridge and then end up blowing it up. So, Barbecue, which one?
Von Ryan's Express has Sinatra in it.
Yes, it does. He stars in the movie.
Whichever one has the bridge getting blown up, because when I burn a bridge, I really like to make sure there's no turning back.
Here's the thing. They both have
I like the
bridges
sound of
getting-
that.
They both have...
Well,
where a
God damn it,
bridge-
whichever one you were talking about last, Rich. Son of a gun.
Well, they do both have bridges getting attacked. The Germans do it to try and stop the train in the first one. Foss.
What's the reason for the second one?
The second one is the POWs blowing up the train to stop the bridge to stop the Japanese from using it after they're forced to build it.
The POWs don't.
I like the idea
Well,
of the POWs.
There's a team that sent in.
Yeah. Yeah,
The POWs built it.
Yeah, the POWs built it. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie.
Bridge on the River Kwai. It's a better movie than Von Ryan's Express.
Gizzard?
Bridge on River Kwai.
I've even read the book. It's a good book.
Oh, this is interesting. Got the Sands of Iwo Jima versus Letters from Iwo Jima. Sands of Iwo Jima, the movie that John Wayne said he should have won the Academy Award for, Not True Grit, where he plays a Marine sergeant who is a hard-nosed sergeant, typical Marine sergeant. And Letters from Iwo Jima is about the Japanese side of the attack on Iwo Jima and letters that were sent back. It's based on letters that were sent home from the Japanese soldiers that were stationed at Iwo Jima. It's a Clint Eastwood movie. Was the darling of the Academy Awards that year. So, Foss, which one?
Sands of Iwo Jima.
Gizzard?
I too will go with Sands of Iwo Jima.
Barbecue? Did we lose Barbecue? No, he's just.
I still see him. He's
Yeah, I still see
muted.
him.
Sons of Iwo Jima.
Barbecue.
Might have had to step away. Maybe
Yeah.
a kid got up or something.
No. I'm gonna go with
Might have
Sons
to
of Iwo
poop.
Jima. Should we wait for him?
No. Let's keep
Or
this
if you want to
moving.
be done before daybreak.
Put a 0 here. All right. Next, we have Fury versus the Memphis Belle. Fury, a tanker movie, which the chieftain, who is a tanker himself in the U.S. Army and formerly in the Irish Army, is, it's a typical tank movie, but it's supposed to be one of the most accurate tank movies ever made, showing how tank operations actually are supposed to work. And it was partially put on by the Bovington Tank Museum over in the UK. In fact, you can go there and see the actual tank that was used in the movie. 2 of the tanks, actually, because they have the tank that was the one that had Fury written on it, and they have the Tiger tank that was used in the movie as well. And Memphis Belle about the perils of being a B-17 pilot in World War II. So, Gizzard, Fury or Memphis Belle?
Memphis Belle.
Barbecue, you back yet? Guess not. Foss?
Furry. Movie about all the people in dog and cat costumes and tanks.
No. This is Fury.
Oh,
And Memphis Belle's a Steven Spielberg movie too. There's a couple of his movies on this list. The funny part is, if I would have put 1941 on there, that would have been another Steven Spielberg movie. He did a lot of World War II movies. We gotta get the Air
But
Force somewhere.
were there furries in World War II?
I don't think there were anybody quite that crazy yet.
Ed Wood.
He doesn't
He
count.
wore-
He was,
He was a paratrooper.
yeah.
He wore women's underwear.
Oh, that wasn't a furry. That's a transvestite. So I guess Memphis Belle moves on because I don't think Barbecue's back yet. He hasn't said anything. So next we have Flags of Our Fathers. Again, Clint Eastwood movie. The opposite side of the coin that Letters from Iwo Jima was. This one is based on letters that were sent home from American Marines that were assaulting Iwo Jima. Eastwood, instead of having one movie, did it as 2 separate movies. And that's going against Saving Private Ryan, which is about the D-Day invasion and a squad that's sent in to get this one kid who is the last surviving member of his family and get him out of the war.
Loosely based on a true story, but the
Mhm.
Sullivans were in the Navy, not in the
Yes.
Army.
And there was actually a rule put in place, the Sullivan Rule, where family members cannot serve in the same unit. What happened with the Fighting Sullivans was they were all on the same ship when it went down. So, Gizzard, Flags of Our Fathers or Saving Private Ryan?
Saving Private Ryan.
Got Spielberg versus Eastwood here. Foss?
I have not seen Flags of Our Fathers, but I'm going to vote for it because I can't stand the shaky cam in Saving Private Ryan.
Well, that's supposed to show all the explosions and everything.
It just makes you seasick. And then everybody started using the shaky cam after that.
Both of these movies are really good movies. If you haven't seen Flags of Our Fathers, you should, and then you should see Letters from Iwo Jima right afterwards. The two of them need each other to build the story, basically, but they're both really good movies. Which is the way Eastwood did it intentionally that way. So you have to get the full story, you got to watch both movies. Otherwise, it would have been a 6-hour movie.
We're never going to finish this bracket if we don't keep moving.
No, we're not. I'm trying to figure out which movie to pick out of these two. I guess I'll go with Saving Private Ryan. Next, we got Sahara, about U.S. tank crew that gets lost in the Sahara Desert in their tank when their tank breaks down. And then 3 medium tank. And then From Here to Eternity, the lead up to and the attack on Pearl Harbor.
It's about
a
soldier and a nurse rolling in the sand in the waves.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the most famous scene from that movie.
Mm-hmm. Probably. Foss, which one?
I'll go From Here to Eternity.
Gizzard?
I too will go with From Here to Eternity.
We got 3. I like Sahara, but From Here to Eternity is a certified classic. What the hell? Thank you. What the Okay. The bracket broke.
How's that?
Do you not see what it did?
What? No, you got to push From Here to Eternity since there were no votes for Sahara. So to the
there you go.
No.
Yeah, the double arrows that'll push.
There wasn't a double arrow.
Well,
it was broke. I had to go back and redo From Here to Eternity.
That's operator error there.
Yep.
Anyway, next we got
a professional doesn't blame his tools.
We got 2 POW camp movies. Stalag 17, which Hogan's Heroes was loosely based on, and The Great Escape. So, Foss, I think you go first this time.
Stalag 17 is a really good movie, but I love The Great Escape.
Gizzard?
Great Escape.
I'll go with Stalag 17 because it's just a good movie. But Great Escape moves on anyway. Next, we have Hacksaw Ridge, the true story of a medic who was a conscientious observer and won the Medal of Honor during World War II. And Kelly's Heroes, which I don't think needs a description. Gizzard?
I'm going to go with Hacksaw Ridge.
Interesting. Foss?
I'm going to go Kelly's Heroes.
I think I'm going to go Hacksaw Ridge. Next, we have The Longest Day, all-star cast about the D-Day invasion, and George C. Scott's Oscar-winning turn as General George S. Patton. Foss.
These are both very, very good movies.
Yes, The Longest Day also was the first movie to show the D-Day invasion from both the German and Allied perspectives.
Well, I'm going to go The Longest Day.
Gizzard?
Patton.
I think I'm going to go with The Longest Day. Next, we have 2 really good movies. They Were Expendable, about PT boats and the ordeals they went through. Versus 30 Seconds Over Tokyo, about the Doolittle raid on Tokyo. Gizzard, which one?
They Were Expendable.
Foss?
30 Seconds Over Tokyo.
Dang it, I don't know I'll go with they were expendable. All right, now we got the story of G.I. Joe, which was about a reporter who was embedded with a unit in World War II. The first time that a reporter was actually embedded in with an actual unit. His name was Ernie Pyle, if I remember correctly, played by Burgess Meredith. And then we have In Harm's Way, the John Wayne movie about a small little task group that is charged with defending the area during World War II. I can't remember exactly where it was they were defending right now. John Wayne, Kirk Douglas, Burgess Meredith, Carol O'Connor, a bunch of other people in that movie. Foss.
I don't know either of these movies. I'll go with the story of G.I. Joe.
Okay. That's a good movie. It's Burgess Meredith, Robert
Ernie
Mitchum.
Pyle. Ernie Pyle is famous.
Mm-hmm. Gizzard?
I'll take In Harm's Way so I can make you make up the decision.
Oh, if it's me making the decision, I like both movies, but I love In Harm's Way. I've seen that movie multiple times. Wow, next round we got John Wayne versus John Wayne. All right, next we got Big Red 1 and Casablanca. Gizzard, your turn.
Big Red 1.
Foss?
Casablanca.
Yeah, we'll make that 2. All right. Guns of Navarone and the Flying Leathernecks. Foss.
Guns of Navarone.
Gizzard?
Flying Leathernecks.
Debating. Yeah, I'll go with that one too. They're both good movies, but I've seen the Flying Leathernecks more. So next we have Empire of the Sun versus Run Silent, Run Deep. Gizzard?
Run Silent, Run Deep.
Foss?
Empire of the Sun.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that one too. It really is a good movie if you haven't seen it. Next we got Bridge on the River Kwai versus Sanzu Iwo Jima. Foss?
Bridge on the River Kwai. It's one of my favorite movies.
Gizzard?
Bridge on the River Kwai.
And I would have went with Sanzu Iwo Jima, but it doesn't matter. Memphis Belle versus Saving Private Ryan. Gizzard?
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, we got Spielberg versus Spielberg here. Foss?
Memphis Belle.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Memphis Belle too. I like that a little bit better than Saving Private Ryan. From Here to Eternity and The Great Escape. Gizzard?
Great Escape.
Foss?
Moi aussi. Me also.
And yeah, we'll make it 3. Next, we got Hacksaw Ridge and The Longest Day. Foss?
The Longest Day.
Gizzard?
Longest Day.
Yeah, I'll make that 3. Oops, not 13. 3. Damn it. It would help if I could type. And they were expendable and in harm's way. Wayne versus Wayne. Gizzard?
They were expendable.
Foss?
Expendable.
Yeah, that'll make that 3. Because that is the better movie out of those 2. It would help if I put the 0. There we go. That's one thing I hate. You got to put the 0. But it doesn't know how many people are voting. So, all right. Casablanca versus Flying Leathernecks. Gary?
Oh, Casablanca. Give me the White House.
Foss?
Of all the bars.
Sorry, John. But Bogey gets that vote. Empire of the Sun, Bridge on the River Kwai. Foss,
Bridge on the River Kwai.
Gizzard,
Bridge.
doesn't matter what my vote is, but I was going to go Empire of the Sun. Memphis Belle, Great Escape. Gizzard,
Great Escape.
Foss,
Great Escape.
and we'll make that 3.
223 DMR sent you an email, Giz.
Apparently, New York Outcast doesn't like John Wayne. So that's why he doesn't like the bracket. And we got The Longest Day versus They Were Expendable. John Wayne versus John Wayne. Well, The Longest Day is more of an ensemble piece. So, but yeah. Foss,
Longest Day.
Gizzard,
We lose Gizzard too now?
I don't know, did we?
Longest Day.
Okay. We'll make 3 on that one. I like Lower Expendable, but Longest Day, it's just an all-star cast. I mean, it's one of those ensemble pieces that had everybody in it. Casablanca versus The Bridge on the River Kwai. Gizzard,
Bridge.
Foss,
Yeah, I really like both these movies, but I like Bridge on the River Kwai a little bit more.
I would have went with Casablanca, but
I'm going with Casablanca.
oh, barbecue's back.
Well, look who's back.
Now let's see how long it takes for the audience to vote, because y'all get the vote. Casablanca or Bridge on the River Kwai?
I put in the chat, be right back.
Oh, did you?
There's chat.
Nobody, the private chat?
I don't know. There's a box that looks like a chat thing, I thought. It let me
Yeah, there
type
it is.
stuff.
Yeah, it's in the
I didn't
private
have
chat.
I didn't have the
See?
Rumble open because I was over on the bracket side.
Boom.
Now Gary and Foss could have seen it.
It doesn't show me a notice that there's a message over there.
Huh. Yeah, I had a little 1 on it when I flipped over there. So, yeah. I guess maybe only the host gets a message. I don't know. Anyway. Come on, audience. Casablanca or Bridge on the River Kwai? 223 DMR said he's heading out. He's got to get up early. Good. Rob says, damn cat's snoring again. Yeah, she's been pretty clear all day. It's the first time today she's been doing it. So. I guess from when we had the vaporizer runs wearing off. She was breathing pretty good today. So
Just
might have to
put a
go
little
check.
Vapo rub right
No,
under, right
You
around
don't
her
do that with a
collar.
cat. You don't do that with a cat.
It'll take care of the problem permanently.
Dang, ain't nobody out there saying anything. At least not on the YouTube side. Nope.
Yes, I
Everybody's saying-
came back, broke the bracket. All right.
Might have to flip a coin.
Yeah, if we
Flip
go
a
by-
cat.
Flip a cat, yeah. We go by barbecues scenario, then Casablanca wins because he always says you gotta go by what the oldest one is.
You know, if you throw a cat hard enough, they don't land on their feet.
Mm-hmm. If you throw them into a wall, they don't land on their feet either.
I used to have a cat that I would throw at people. So I thought it was funny.
I had a cat bite me one time and I threw it into the wall. So that's how I know they don't land on their feet if you throw them into a wall.
You were probably asking for it.
Yeah, stupid thing climbed up on my lap, purring. So I start petting it. Next thing I know, the little bastard bit me. So I throw him into the wall.
You should have known better.
I had a horse that I was leading one time, decided that he was going to start leading me and started dragging me for about 30 feet. And when I regained my footing enough, I punched him in the jaw, which he kind of went, "What the frick was that?" But I was pretty sure I broke my hand. Should not punch horses in the jaw. It's really fucking hard.
Yeah, you're not Conan the Barbarian. That's not a.
Well, he punched a camel.
Yeah, same difference.
No, they are completely different animals.
Yeah, it's a horse with a hump. Either way, it's not recommended you punch either one of them.
You got to get them listen somehow sometimes. And that son of a bitch, for whatever reason, just decided he was going. He wasn't going to be led anymore.
You got the one stubborn horse in the whole damn stable. Anybody got a coin? I don't. There ain't nobody voting. Anybody even out there? Hello?
McFly.
Jesus, we got 9 on X and 1 on YouTube. 1 on Rumble.
Oh, I was so proud of my daughter the other day because she had done something stupid. I was like, "Well, you think?" She's like, "McFly." I was like, "Yes, good kid."
Come on, X, help a brother out.
Yeah, come on. You're over there watching. Vote.
If you don't vote over on X, means that you love Muslims like Rich.
I think anybody who's following my X account knows that ain't the truth.
Don't let him fool you. He has a prayer rug in his closet.
Yeah, not quite.
Where he resides.
If I had a prayer rug, it would have got burnt by now. Just like the Quran I used to have. I guess we'll just go with the barbecue solution. Oldest wins. Or we can go the Academy Award route. Which one won more?
Time out. You should go the Academy Award route because if you don't know which one won the most awards or anything, that's the fair way to do this. Just going oldest because you know Casablanca's oldest. That makes it.
I got a coin. Where you want to use a coin?
You're just letting your vote count twice.
Well, Foss was checking earlier what movies won the most Academy Awards. Which one of these two won more awards, Foss? Do you remember?
I don't. How many awards did Bridge on the River Kwai? 7. Won 7 Academy Awards. And what's the other movie?
Casablanca.
Awards. Casablanca.
7.
Google is thinking. Casablanca won 3.
All right, Bridge on the River Kwai moves on. All right, next we got The Great Escape and The Longest Day. Barbecue, since you've been here in a while. Which one? Did we lose barbecue again?
No, my screen went black for some reason.
Okay.
Great Escape or what?
The Longest Day.
Do either of these involve blowing up bridges?
No.
We'll go with The Longest Day.
Foss.
Great Escape.
Gizzard.
Great Escape.
Both have all-star casts. Both are really good movies. Yeah, I'm going to do this. We're going to have a all POW movie. Final, rather. So we got Bridge on the River Kwai and The Great Escape. Foss?
Oh, I love The Great Escape, but Bridge on the River Kwai is a better movie.
Gizzard.
Great Escape.
Barbecue.
The Quasi River.
And we're going to be tied again. Do we have anybody out in the audience paying attention yet?
The last comment was 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I know. And there hasn't been a comment yet over on X. People watch over on X, but they don't comment.
Awards wise, The Great Escape won 3.
So that would put the Bridge on the River Kwai ahead. Unless we get a vote from the audience. How long should we give them? Oh, hell, it says there's nobody on YouTube right now. Probably not. Probably I had to get up for work in the morning. So if you're out there, X, give us a comment in the chat.
If you're going to go by year, Bridge on the River Kwai was 57. Great Escape was 63.
Well, we already established the award wins is the determining factor if the audience doesn't vote. So
just giving you data.
I know. Yeah, looks like we're going to go with the Bridge on the River Kwai for the win. So there's your winner. Best World War II movie, Bridge on the River Kwai. Some of these were not easy to choose between the two of them, the way that the thing rolled out. But, yep. That's that. And we did hit midnight on the East Coast, Gizzard. And with that said, and with it being midnight, we're going to wrap this up for the night. So, Foss, anything you want to say or plug before we get out of here?
No, I've said enough.
Gizzard?
Oh, you should definitely subscribe to Guns and Barbecue on YouTube. It's got some really cool content on there. Check it out.
Barbecue?
Well, thank you for that, Gary. You're a swell guy. I would just like to say that A League of Their Own should have been on this bracket. I understand why it wasn't, because it would have swept the whole thing, and you needed to not have something just dominate the entire bracket. So I forgive you. I'll let it slide this time. But with that, be sure to go over, buy super awesome stuff at DM Foss's swag store. Use Gizzard Gary's super awesome affiliate links, and see y'all tomorrow night on Gary's show.
All right. And yes, be sure to check out Foul Territory tomorrow night on the Gizzard Gary channel on YouTube, X, and where else, Gary? Are you going to be broadcasting tomorrow?
Facebook.
Facebook? Okay.
Yes, sir.
But sometimes you do Twitch. That's why I wanted to make sure. And with that, we'll bid you all adieu for this week. Have a good night, and we will catch you all later. Good night, folks.